This
get
conference
what
will
we call
now
it as
be
a,
recorded.
so it is abilities. So only cognitive abilities are not enough for our students, and it is our duty to inculcate the skills into the students. So this is one more what you call a repetition: knowledge, skill, and abilities. So these three things we have to uh, adopt. We have to see to it that one that every student possess all these things. So these are the some solutions which were presently discussed, or they are in what you call transformation phase. Engineer college, industry and student. Industry says that one, the I am not able to solve the problems because lack of competency is there. Students are not industry ready. So this is the complaint by the industry. And whereas the student says that one, I have exposed to the what you call online material, I have enough knowledge, I can uh, guide myself. So there is no flexibility I'm getting it in the education system. So there is no question what you call transfer of the credit says there. And students say that one, I am not getting an opportunity to learn at the own space which suits me. The colleges say that one, there is a lack of what you call students abilities are there, and quality education is not coming down. So for this, we have got some three solutions which are already we are all practicing it. That is, if you wanted to give industry ready students, then it will be outcome based education will be the solution. So if you wanted to have a good quality education, then institutes have to adopt for NBA and NAC, and students for them it is a CBSE system is there. So online, these are what you call, because of these things, so we are facing the challenges. So online teaching is also not new to us. This is what I would like to say, that's one. So this is a small tree which shows from 1975 up to the webinar of 2020, the online teaching and learning process has come. So let's look back. Because of this situation, we are facing what you call certain challenges. The first challenge is that teacher is no more in isolation. In classroom teaching, we used to teach the things into the isolation. Right now, we have entered everybody's bedrooms or everybody's houses. Parents are also watching us. Students are also evaluating us. So because of this, so the way we teach the students is has to be changed. What I mean to say here is the design of instruction has to change. So we have to focus it on the how the kind of method, instructional method, slightly we have to change it because everybody is watching it. At the same time, the Professor Sandeep at the beginning he said that one, every problem will comes out with a lot of opportunities. Here is an opportunity for teacher to prove their abilities and their skills. So faculty has to what you call expect to do the multiple what you call roles. So already NBA and NAC it has started giving us other roles also apart from this one here. So we ourselves we have to set up the online classes ourselves, we have to manage the things. So other roles we have to do, we have to counsel the students. So this is all a multiple uh, roles are expected out of the faculty. This is also one of the challenges we are facing. So right now the teaching has shifted to the learning. So no more teaching. When it comes to online, everybody is worried about how much learning has taken place in the classroom rather than how much of teaching is there. So especially in Karnataka and even in I think in Telangana also. So our VTU, I know about the VTU, so that I will let me quote that example. VTU said that one it has covered the syllabus on online to the extent of 80 to 85%, whereas the students say that one it's only 20 to 23%. So this is what the challenge is there. The focus is shifted from teaching to the learning. So that is the one name is given to that one, that is from teacher centric to the student centric approach. In 21st century, so as online teaching has become indispensable, in the same way student centric approach is also becoming indispensable. That is another challenge. So there are different modes of what you call teaching and learning methods are come up. So one way we know books are there. So we are already familiar with what we call it as the sharing of the e-learning material with the students. It may be a PPT, it may be a PDF, but it is not enough now. Along with PPT, PDF, you have to what you call share the material in the form of video. You have to share the material in the form of what you call audio also. So different modes are very, very important one, because you might have seen if in service sector anywhere, a particular thing, it will be available everywhere. It will be available in web, it will be available in mobile, it will be available at Facebook, it will be available at Twitter. So similarly, because there are different modes have become, so student and other student expect us to have the teaching methods modes at different levels. So we have to look at these different modes, because every material has to be in the different mode. That is the one more challenge that what I call faculties are facing. The flexibility and adaptability is, of course, it is needed one. So because everybody will not be equipped with the similar kind of skills. So some people require to, some time is required to acquire that one. So then slightly the system is starting from learning process to the blended teaching and learning process. So this is one more where the sustainability of the education system is confirmed here. So now along with the student centric, the personalized and collaborative learning is also taking place. Remember, personalized, collaborative, student centric, these are all what you call same line. So what we call it as a एक ही हार के मोतियां हैं ये सब, सारे चीजें जब ये सब मोतियां जब मिल जाएंगे वो बन जाएगा हार। अलग अलग मोती है ये, एक ब्लेंडेड लर्निंग मोती है, एक स्टूडेंट सेंट्रिक मोती है, एक कोलैबोरेटिव भी एक मोती है। जैसे ही ये सब मिल जाएंगे एक बड़ा सा अच्छा सा हार बन जाएगा, वो हमारे लिए बहुत जरूरी है। So similarly, we are also facing challenges of using technical knowledge to solve the world problems. During COVID-19, many people and students felt that one. So with so many engineering colleges are there, but we are not in a position to provide the solution to the society. This is another challenge which is faced by the present teachers. So during COVID, teacher and student become well versed with the what you call technology, succeeded in applying it on online teaching and on learning or teaching and learning system. So we learned how to use online platform for synchronous teaching. So now we have to talk about the unsynchronous teaching, and we have to talk about the blended learning, because that is more effective, because it's going to address the different issues which are related with the higher education system. Then digital literacy is to be enhanced. It is equally for the student and as well for the faculties. So already we have become more or less digitally literate. So came to know about the demands and challenges of online classes. We are now well versed, or we know so what challenges are there for the online classes. So maintaining the alertness was difficult. So internet connectivity is an issue. So money to be spent on data, that is also an issue. No time for homework, that is also an issue. Maintaining time was a challenge. Assessment less effective. So these are the challenges which were posed during the COVID itself. So let's unlock the things, because we are in the unlock 2.0. So to unlock this one, what we need? So we need a very effective system. So we need a very sustainable system. So we need a less costly system. So system which also can works under the normalcy. After the COVID, if normalcy takes place, the same system should work out. Otherwise, again, getting into the different system is a difficult one. So next is, so whether all the stakeholders will be benefited by these systems or not. So these are the things so which are required to unlock the situation and to move towards the sustainability. In my opinion, so digital classroom plus blended learning is a solution. So where the students will get flexibility, faculty will get can deliver very effectively, So colleges can have a sustainable education system. So whereas parents will be happy because their students, their wards are industry ready. So certain add-ons are there when we mix up this digital classroom and blended one. So those are all listed here. So it's create an environment. Basically, it's create an environment where seamlessly, effortlessly, so we can implement the student-centric method. We can implement personalized learning method. We can implement outcome-based education system. So already you may be implemented it to make it effective. This digital classroom plus blended learning definitely is going to help us. So NBA, NAC, and CBC, and finally, so we will able to deliver the engineers who are industry ready. So when we talk about this digital classroom and blended learning, so blended learning is all you are all aware that one online plus online and offline activities together we call it as a blended one. But it doesn't stop there. Any modes if you mix up, so that also be called as a blended way of learning. So for blended way of learning, we need to have a very sound learning management systems we should have. So I would like to have a little interaction with our faculties. So that is for only for 2 minutes. So my question is to everyone is that, so what is the present learning management system adopted by us? So don't consider the online system. So we have gone to the online system. So I'm not talking about that one. So before COVID-19, what was the system which were there implemented, or which system we were following for learning and teaching system? So I'm going to the chat box and looking for some answers. The traditional learning management systems. It is house-based learning system. See, I am talking about the system. See how we have a digestive system, respiratory systems. So in similar sense, I want to have what are the components of learning management system. Traditionally, it was existing. Classroom teaching, assignment, mid-examination, semester end examination evaluation. Okay. So I will wait for in-person conversation. Okay. So if I'm not getting answers in chat box, you can mute and you can say that also. But chat box is the best one. So only I got 1, 2, 3, what you call answers.
Here the flesh.
Classroom learning. Recently we have Moodle software. See, Moodle software is online platform. My question is, what is existing offline system which we are using it for learning and teaching process? Classroom delivery, PPT, assessment and assignment. Okay. I'm just waiting for the what you call responses from the faculty members so that I can make it more interactive, or I can chalk and board method. Okay. So it in one way it is checking the alertness also. Classroom teaching, PPT assignments. Okay. classroom teaching. See, just think about the system. Classroom teaching is one part of the system. It is not the complete system. The existing system is not having what you call personal interaction between students and this one. Classroom teaching, practical teaching through labs. Okay. See, think of a system. Think of a complete system which is produces engineers. Let me modify a little more to give me your one more little more hint. Actually, university set the curriculum and course content. Okay, this is can be accepted. Affiliated colleges and execute the curriculum. Okay, that is at the
Practical-oriented.
Hello. Hello. I think
Practical-oriented explanation maybe.
I didn't get you.
The
Can
explanation
you?
by any process, and generally practically if you explain in the laboratories to students regarding mechanical things, it may be better understanding to the students.
Okay, choice-based credit system. Okay, so now stop chatting in this one. So I request all the participants to align with me in thinking process, because all faculties, we are all having what you call experience the things, and we try to find out the solution at personal levels. To certain extent, we have succeeded it. Some faculties love to have online, some faculties will love to have offline, some faculties strongly believe it should be done in this one. So it's a very good thing that one, every individual has got his own way of implementing it, but we have to work as a system. So my sincere request to all the participants to align with my thinking. So till the end of this webinar, once the webinar is over, so let's have a discussion about the things. So if you align with me, so it will help me and you to enhance the things. So with this, I will go to my PPT. So a learning total system I'm talking about. So we need some classroom structure, we need it, college. This is also part of the learning system, is it not? So teaching, chalkboard, PPT, assignment, it is only possible when we have a infrastructure, is it not? So this is some infrastructure is needed to carry out this classroom teaching. So this is what everybody has expressed. So we need to have a what you call mass communication system. So normally we use notice boards, and we need what you call subject matter or the course matter has to be sent to the student. That is books. Books are the ways we do it. Right now we are in between. We are using e-material also. We need a pen and paper examination system. To run this examination system, one more department will be there, and we need a very consecutive environment. So if the environment is good, then things can work out. And finally, so we need a administrator who can talk with the student, who can talk with the teacher, who can talk with the librarian, who can talk with the management, who can talk with the parent. So we need some services, some utilities. So this is what required to run a learning system. So because we manage it, that's what we call it as a learning management system. As we are shifting to the online what you call mode of learning and teaching, so naturally we need a learning management system. So let's look at what is the learning management system is there. So these are the few issues which are the e-learning system. So that we will see it later. So basically, to set up a digital classroom, so we need a learning management system. A learning management system looks like this. It is a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, delivery of educational courses. So virtual labs, in my opinion, is a very good learning management system is developed. So if you look at any particular experiment, theory is there, procedure is there, self-evaluation is, simulator is there, assignment is there, quiz is there, video is there, and reference is there. So you can go to all the informations. It is there. Theory, you want to know the theory, you can know it. So if you know the procedure, you can directly go to the simulator. If you don't know, you go to the procedure. So if you know everything, if you want to test yourself, you can test on yourself. So something more you want, you can go for this one like this. So all provisions are made. In my opinion, this is one of the what you call better learning management system which has been provided by our IITs. So along with this learning system, 3 domains of learning we have to deal with. That is, we have to cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. This is also very important one. So we are all right now we are focusing on the cognitive one. So directly face-to-face online teaching is addressing this one. But when it comes to the what you call sustainable education system, so not only we have to deal with the cognitive, we have to deal with the affective domain and the psychomotor domain.